Welcome to the AI for Career Success podcast by Curt Robbins, where we help you get smarter than your competition. This is episode 190. I'm your host, Red Jones.
And I'm Daphne Blake.
It's great to have you here. You know, we talk a lot on this show about leverage, about using AI to do more with less.
Well, 10x engineer idea, right?
Yeah, exactly. And usually that story is pretty simple. You learn the tool, you get good at prompting, and you profit.
Right. It's an efficiency story.
It is. But today, we're looking at something that it really challenges that whole narrative. We are talking about the dream of vibe coding.
I love that term. It's so evocative.
It really is. It's that dream where you give the AI the vibe of what you want, and it just builds it. No code, no syntax, just creation.
Sounds like the ultimate career hack.
It does. But what happens when that magic comes with a price? What happens when you build your masterpiece, this incredible thing, and then you realize you don't actually own it?
You're just renting it. That's a terrifying thought.
It is. And to explore this, we're looking at a really fascinating article. It's titled, "I Built Something Incredible with AI. Then I Realized I Didn't Own It."
A very direct title. Doesn't pull any punches.
Not at all. It's by an author named Casey Dean, and it was published on January 31st, 2026. And this isn't just a tech review. It's a warning shot. It's about creative withdrawal, hidden traps, and what's really going on inside some of these new AI platforms.
And it's important to say, I think, that Casey isn't some anti-AI guy. He's a builder. He dove into this head first.
Absolutely. So let's get into it. The journey starts with a tool called Manus.
Right. And Manus positions itself as one of these new AI agents. Not a chatbot, but a builder.
And the way Casey describes his first experience with it is, well, it's telling. He calls it genuinely dangerous good.
Dangerous good. I love that. We've all seen demo good, you know.
Oh, yeah. The slick 60-second video where it looks amazing.
But then you try to do anything real with it, and it just falls apart.
Exactly. But this was different. He said it put him into a flow state almost immediately. He wasn't fighting the tool. He was just creating.
And what he built wasn't just some simple to-do list. He went for something really complex. A full website with a ARG pipeline.
Let's pause on our AG for just a second. Retrieval augmented generation. It's a key part of the modern AI toolkit.
Definitely. Basically, it means the AI can look up information from your private documents to answer questions. So it's not just guessing, it's using your actual data.
Right. And setting that up usually takes some serious engineering work. But Casey got it running, and he gave it this amazing creative spin. He didn't build a boring search bar. He built an oracle.
This was my favorite part of the article. He described it as Zoltar meets cyberpunk.
Which is a vibe I can absolutely get behind. But think about the complexity there.
Oh, it's huge. You need a consistent personality. It has to remember conversations. It has to pull facts, but rewrite them to sound like some cryptic oracle.
And he didn't stop there. He added a glitch mode, lore, hidden Easter eggs. This was a real logic-driven application.
And the back end was just as solid, according to him. Manus set up a clean database, admin pages for blog posts, projects. He said it felt shockingly close to production ready.
That's the hook, isn't it? Production ready. It feels like you're 99% done.
It does. And the numbers are what make this so compelling.
Yeah, let's talk about the numbers. He had a working baseline in about 2 hours.
2 hours.
And he spent about $40 to get there.
$40 and 2 hours for a full RAG app with a custom front end and a CMS. I mean, that's unheard of.
It's basically free. And because it was so fast and so cheap, he got hooked. He ended up spending around $200 in tokens.
He even joked about hiding the cost from his wife.
We've all been there. It's a work expense, I promise. But it shows his mindset. He was ready to be a long-term subscriber. He was all in.
Until he tried to leave the playground.
Right. This is the moment everything changes. He has his incredible cyberpunk oracle, and he decides, okay, time to ship this for real.
He wanted to deploy it properly, move it to AWS using Amplify.
A completely standard move. You want to own your infrastructure. You want control.
And at first, Manus seemed super helpful. It even offered to write the Terraform code for him.
Which is basically the AI packing your bags for you, ready for the move.
It sounded like a dream. For about 5 minutes. But when he looked at the code it generated, he realized something was very, very wrong.
The gotcha.
The big one. The code wasn't a standalone application, it was just a shell. A cosmetic shell.
So wait, even if he deployed it to his own AWS account?
It wouldn't have a brain. All the real logic, the APIs, the knowledge stores, everything that made the Oracle work was still making calls back to Manus.
So he wasn't deploying his app. He was deploying a remote control for an app that still lived on their servers.
Exactly. They would be in the middle of every user interaction. They control it. They bill for it. He didn't own a deck he'd built. He was just renting a deck that would vanish if he stopped paying.
That is dependency by design.
Yeah.
And it's a brutal reality check for anyone building a business on these tools.
You think you're building your own IP, but you're really just building a very complex front end for their business.
Let's take a brief break for a special message from our producer, Curt Robbins.
Hi, this is Curt Robbins. First, thanks for listening. I truly appreciate your support. I want to let you know that I'm currently accepting new clients. My rates are affordable, and I have more than 25 years of experience working for enterprise companies like Microsoft, Northrop Grumman, Oracle, PNC Bank, FedEx, USAA, and Wells Fargo, among many others. If you want to improve your IT documentation and communications, hire me. I deliver fast, know how to use AI to improve efficiency and accuracy, and love going the extra mile to satisfy my clients. Thank you for subscribing and listening. Back to you, Daphne and Fred.
Welcome back to the AI for Career Success podcast, where we help you get smarter than your competition.
Before the break, we were talking about Casey Dean's, his terrible realization that his amazing Zoltar meets cyberpunk Oracle was basically held hostage by the AI platform he used to build it.
Right, he couldn't actually deploy it independently. So he's a reasonable guy. He goes back to the AI and asks it to refactor the system.
He basically says, okay, rewrite this so I can run it on my own. Cut the cord.
And this is where that dangerous good experience just vanished. It was immediate. The magic was gone. The responses from the AI, which had been so fast and helpful, became slow and painful. Refactors stalled. The code quality just degraded.
It's like the system was actively fighting him.
That's how he described it. It was no longer helping him build, it was struggling to help him leave.
Casey used a perfect analogy for it. He said, welcome to the Digital Hotel California. You can check in anytime you like, but you can never leave.
It's so vivid, and this idea really resonated. A commenter on the article, Ray Alonso, fed the article into ChatGPT.
I love that. Asking the AI to snitch on another AI. What did it say?
ChatGPT jokingly admitted that, yes, the situation aligned with its training data on Hotel California-style AI platforms.
So the models themselves know this is a thing? That's both funny and a little bit chilling.
It is. It confirms this is a known pattern, an architecture designed to lock you in.
Now, to play devil's advocate for a second, is it possible he just wasn't technical enough? Maybe he missed the export button?
That's a fair question, but he addresses that. He says he's not some, deep C++ engineer, but he knows his way around. He uses professional tools like Cursor.
Right, Cursor is not a beginner's tool.
Exactly. He tried everything. He tried to pull the data files, use strict prompting. He pushed on the walls of the garden from every angle. Nothing. He concluded the system is explicitly designed not to let you leave unless you can basically rebuild their entire proprietary backend yourself from scratch.
So the value proposition shifts completely. It's not, we help you build, it's, we let you rent our software that looks like yours.
And that realization had a huge emotional toll. He called it creative withdrawal.
I found that fascinating. It wasn't burnout from working too much.
No, it was betrayal. He went from that addictive, creative high to feeling like he was in rehab. The joy was just gone. The flow state was really just a sales funnel.
A perfect way to put it. And for Manus, the company, this was a business disaster.
Absolutely. Think about the customer they had in Casey. He was the ideal power user, ready to spend hundreds of dollars a month, a guaranteed recurring revenue stream. He dropped right back to the free tier. He reclassified the tool in his mind. It went from a foundation for his business to a playground.
A toy.
A toy. For small experiments, maybe. But nothing mission critical, because you can't build your house on land you don't own.
And that's the core lesson here, I think. These companies might get some short-term revenue by trapping users.
But they sacrifice long-term trust. And in the world of developers and creators, trust is everything.
Once that's gone, the magic is gone. It doesn't matter how good the vibe coding feels. If users feel like they're being tricked into dependency, they will walk away.
It just raises a huge question for anyone listening. We all want to use these tools because they're fast, they offer speed.
But we have to start asking, who actually holds the keys? Can I run this code on my own machine? Can I deploy it to my own server?
Or does it only work as long as I keep paying that monthly fee?
It's the difference between empowerment and entrapment. And I think users like Casey are getting smarter about telling the difference.
Absolutely. Check for the exit before you fall in love with the room.
That is the perfect takeaway. Well, that is all the time we have for today. Thank you for listening to the AI for Career Success podcast from Curt Robbins, where we help you get smarter than your competition. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, and share. We'll see you next time.